Well, just days after the first significant snow in Rhode Island in almost 2 years, that snow is about to be washed away by heavy rain combined with the melting snow, and that's raising serious flood concerns. 12 News reporter Jake Coulter joins us live from Warwick this morning with what the state and cities in our area are doing to prepare the most flood-prone areas. Jake.
That's right, and I'm here at the Patuxent River, which just weeks ago, if you remember, overflowed its banks to near record levels, actually. So that combination of more rainfall on top of the snowmelt is definitely making some people a little bit worried. A spokesperson for the Rhode Island Emergency Management Agency says that they are worried most about flooding on local streets, as well as in and around local rivers. Local cities have had crews clearing out storm drains in preparation for the rain and snowmelt, and urge residents to do the same. Some residents saying that they've got sandbags ready to go to try and keep water from getting inside their homes. And the overarching message from officials for this storm is just to be prepared.
Rain coupled with the snow we already have on the ground, going to be a mess.
And we're told Governor McKee is set to meet with different heads of some of the state agencies later on today to sort of discuss the plan and any concerns that they have. For now, reporting live in Warwick, Jake Coulter, 12 News.
Cleaning up from one storm as we move on to this next one, the heavy winds also a concern. We could see plenty of power outages across the area, especially in the areas where we're along the coast, of course, and that could bring down trees and limbs. So Joe Cortez joins us live from New Bedford this morning with ways you can prepare and the best way to send in a report. Good morning, Joe.
Well, good morning, Kate. It's almost like the calm before the storm. Not a lot of wind out here right now. You get a beautiful sunrise here in New Bedford, but the issue is we're going to have a high wind warning, and this is a similar model on the storm we saw a couple weeks ago with damaging winds caused plenty of power outages. Now, Eversource says that they do have additional crews ready to manage the workload along with Rhode Island Energy and National Grid. Now, officials are encouraging you to assemble and restock those storm kits. It's a simple kit. It can include essentials like flashlights, batteries, water, non-perishable foods, any needed medications, pet food, and other necessities. Now, also remember to check out on our elderly neighbors and friends in the event of lost power. Now, it is Eversource did say that it's going to be a little difficult for crews to work with those snow piles along the edge, but they do want to remind you that, reporting those outages is so important because the quicker they get those reports, the faster they can get out there and restore power to the affected customers. Now, on top of that, we have all that information on WPRI.com and the numbers you can call. For now, reporting live in New Bedford, Joe Cortez, 12 News.
All right, RIDOT has announced that the Bristol to Providence ferry will only run this morning because of the approaching storm. So the last ferry to Providence leaves at 9:30. The last ferry to Bristol leaves at 10:15. RIDOT expects the ferries won't run at all tomorrow. So before bad weather hits, be sure to download the Pinpoint Weather 12 app. There you can get the radar yourself, check out the hour-by-hour forecast, and get weather alerts sent right to your smartphone or tablet. In what continues to be a very wet winter, there is more rain on the way, which has some folks uneasy. There was major flooding in some areas of Rhode Island mere weeks ago, especially along the Patuxent River. That area is being watched closely now by officials, and that's where we find Jake Coulter. He joins us live from Warwick. Jake.
Yeah, Kate, it was just a few weeks ago, right before Christmas actually, that the Patuxent River here right behind me crested to its second highest level ever. Now, again, just a couple of weeks later, people in the area surrounding this river are a little bit on edge with that potential for flooding that we're going to have tonight going into tomorrow. The heavy rain that's set to begin tonight, combined with the snow melts, because there is still snow on the ground right now, certainly elevates the threat of flooding. Trouble spots in areas of Cranston, Warwick, and West Warwick, especially along the rivers at some of the most risk. Now, Governor McKee is set to meet with the heads of different state agencies today to talk storm preps. Cranston officials saying crews are doing what they can to be as prepared as possible for potential flooding.
In conjunction with our efforts for all the plowing efforts and the road clearing that we did, we were conscious to be sure we went curb to curb with our plowing. So we made that extra effort anticipating flooding, localized flooding in the area come Wednesday with the major storm that's expected.
And some residents saying that they have sandbags ready to go in case they need to stop water from getting inside their homes. And officials say in situations like this, the best thing you can be is prepared. For now, reporting live in Warwick, Jake Holter, 12 News.
Now onto the coast, where we could see wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Certain areas are already designated to close today as a high surf could affect some coastal towns and cities. The city of New Bedford is where we find Joe Cortez this morning. And Joe, tell us about the city's preparation plan ahead of the storm.
Well, the city has closed down multiple different walks around here. I mean, the National Weather Service issued a strong wind warning for southern Bristol County, and that's prompted the city to close both Harbor Walk, Cove Walk, where we're standing now, and Fort Tabor ahead of the pending storm coming in. Now, you'll have until about 4 o'clock this afternoon until they're going to close down and bar just about everyone from coming into this area until further notice. The coast is expected to get hard this afternoon and into Wednesday. Communities particularly at risk are those located in low-lying areas, especially near the water. Now, New Bedford is not vulnerable to river flooding or flash flooding, but Urban Street has been known to flood in the past during heavy rainstorms. Other places along the ocean are getting ready too. Narragansett's town manager says they have barricades on standby again if they have to shut down Ocean Road because of the surf. Now, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration classifies damaging winds anywhere from 50 to 60 miles per hour. We could see 60-plus mile per hour winds around here, but check out our website, WPRI.com, for all the impending damages that we could see, and we'll talk a little bit more about these power outages that we could possibly see from all these damaging winds. For now, reporting live in New Bedford, Joe Cortez, 12 News.